Hey guys, Lewis here. Welcome back to another episode of West of Loathing. Now you're probably wondering what I'm doing back here in Boring Springs, and that is because I restarted a new character. It's Tim McMeat, as always, and I've done everything the same I have so far, except for one thing. Now, in the last episode, I found out that there's a book that teaches you how to communicate with goblins, and I unfortunately killed the goblin in the saloon too early in my previous character. And thanks to a tip from Rocky Road, thanks for the tip by the way, I have found out that you can actually recruit him as a follower, so that's going to be very cool. So I'm gonna go check it out. So instead of killing the goblin for the bartender, I'm going to go ahead and see what he has to say for himself. Now that we can kinda understand what he says, probably. The goblin shouts, "I'm Gary." Hi, Gary. Hi, hello, I am Gary. Who are you? Introduce yourself. Well, I'm Tim. Hello, Tim. Good to meet you. What Tim doing down here? Be polite. No, be honest. Tell him what we're doing. Well, Gary, to be honest, the bartender sent me down here to kill you. Gary wrinkles his nose. Hey, what? That being terrible idea. Bartender not being good idea, man. Gary wants the popping, but not here. Too close to home. Gary wants the popping far up and high away. New Gary everywhere. Man, goblins are freaking weird. Settle down, Gary. Gary doesn't like settling. Wait. Okay, reading this is gonna boggle my mind a bit. Gary doesn't likes to settling. Gary wants to traveling and popping. If Tim going far up and high away, maybe taking Gary with you? Now think about it. And I will be taking Gary actually, because I've been informed that he's quite a good follower. I'm sure most of the other followers are pretty good too, but from what I can tell, Gary comes highly recommended, and I'm quite curious about him myself. So let's get our horse. He's still named Timmy. Alright, let's head on out of here. Alright, we're gonna be taking Gary the Goblin. You head back to the saloon's basement and smuggle Gary out under your coat. Hit the trail. Alright, we're heading to DirtWater. Okay, already I like this option already because Gary's just like swiggling his arms around crazy. And Timmy, how you doing, Timmy? Timmy whinnies as you approach. Comb his mane. He makes a sort of glurk noise. Glurk. I'll leave him alone for now. I guess we can come back to him and see what we can do with him. It's your partner. Hey there, Gary. Wanting more goblins meeting? Gary is hearing about goblins in Old Fort nearby. You discovered a new map location, Fort Cowardice. Okay. Am I forgetting about anything? Gary says you should see the bartender about renting that room in DirtWater. It'd be nice to have a base of operation. Another suggestion. Gary shrugs. Apparently that's all the suggestion he could think of. Much obliged. Well, what about the main quest then? What do you think we should do next? Ah, hustling, and over there bustling. Gary loving this place. It's certainly more interesting than Boring Springs. Alright, let's see. What do you think we should do next? West to going fast. Okay, big iron snake to riding. So fast, taking us. A big iron? You mean the train? Yes, asking the training mans. Okie dokie. So this is the saloon, the Jewel Saloon, DirtWater Mercantile, DirtWater Post Office, sponsored by LT&T. Okay, you seem like a happy fellow. This water is for horses only. Maybe Timmy will like it. This little girl is selling flowers. Buy some for 50 meat. That's some expensive flowers, but you know, sure, why not? Thank you, mister. You lose 50 meat, but I get sweet smelling flowers. These flowers smell really good. This item goes in your offhand. 15% stench resistance. Cool. And there's the jail. The clerk clears her throat. Howdy, are you the sheriff here? No, we don't currently have a sheriff. Offered to leave and leave. Offered to help. Offered to be sheriff. Sure. Offered to be sheriff. I could be the sheriff, maybe. Do you have law enforcement experience? Not really. I killed a gang out in Boring Springs. Have you been to sheriff school? No. Do you have an existing relationship with DirtWater's local government? Are you familiar with all of the local ordinances? Do you even live here? No. Then what, may I ask, in the tarnation makes you think you'd be qualified to be the sheriff? You just assumed that you could mosey into town and become sheriff on your first day. Well, when you put it that way, she snorts. If I had 5 meat for every wide-eyed protagonist-looking kid who wanders in here thinking they're the most important tenderfoot to ever strap on iron, I wouldn't need this dead-end clerking job. Sorry. It's okay. Like I said, happens all the time. Well, offer to help anyway. Need any help until you find a new sheriff? Sure, if you're any good with a gun, there's always somebody in need of some justice. Wanted posters are back there. Cells are over yonder. She points behind her and off to the right, respectively. Take your leave. Howdy, what do you need? Just wanted to say hi. Hi, well, I best be getting back to work. She coughs as if to say you should be doing something more important. It's a wanted poster. No, wait, you misread it. It's a wasted poster. Close enough. Wasted. The Stripy Hat Gang for grand theft paint and tasteless hat vandalism. Last seen in the vicinity of Cavern Canyon. 1,000 meat reward. Interesting. Dirty, rotten paint thieves and low-down, no-fashion sense hat vandals. Despicable. Wanna go after them? Yes. To discover a new map location. Yeah. It's a wanted poster. If accuracy is important, read it. It says wanted. The House in the Desert Gang. For mortgage non-payment, squatting, and general public nuisance. Also for murdering 2 collection agents. Last seen at the House in the Desert. 500 meat reward. You wonder if the house is named after them, or if they're named after the house. In any case, at least their location is unambiguous. Want to go after them? Yes. You take note of the location of the house and resolve to bring the house gang to justice. Got it. An empty cell. Oh. Beats the last one. This empty cell is all ghostly. What? Okay, why is there a ghost cell? Are we gonna have Ghostbusters? Let me drag my butt all over the floor while I'm at it. Excuse me, man, why are you so mad? Lot available. Lot available. I'm assuming that says lot available. Another one. Lot available. Not a lot available at this point. You saw the sign, there's nothing past here. Excuse me, ma'am. Okay, you're mad. Let's see. Yeah, that gives stench resistance. Ooh, yeah, this map is big. Yeah, we got a lot of ground to cover. Okay, we'll handle that in a bit. Let's go ahead and take a look around town. Explore while we're here. That man has his gun out. Let's go to the post office. One of those newfangled telegraph machines. Big cabinet of locked post office box. Hi, I'm Tim McMeat. Any mail for me? Nope. Darn. Thanks anyway. Anything to say? No. Okay. Didn't I have to send mail to my parents to let them know that I got here? Room for rent. Inquire within. Well, let's do that first. Probably what we should do. Oh, it's another spittoon. This is a spittoon, which is sort of a brass bucket that people spit into instead of spitting on the floor, because not spitting at all is not an option in this society, I guess. I say this despite knowing that you're pretty intimately familiar with spittoons already. Sicko. I like how the narrator is kind of acting like Stanley Parable. The music got really weird all of a sudden. Anyway, inspect it. Look, the Jewel Saloon is pretty nice as saloons go. Actually, glass in the windows, more than 2 kinds of drinks, a poker room instead of a cockfighting pit, but this spittoon is still a spittoon. The rancid tobacco spit inside isn't fancy rancid tobacco spit. Inspect it. Here we go again. Alright, fine. You are now hunkered down next to a brass filth bucket, which has probably never been cleaned or emptied because you're near the desert. And the ambient humidity around here is pretty low. Low enough that the spit evaporates nearly as quick as it accumulates. So that's good, right? No, that's bad, because it's only the water part of the spit that evaporates. This brass bucket is half full of the rest of the spit, the toxins and filth that don't evaporate. several years worth, distilled and concentrated until it's the consistency of molasses. People aren't allowed to flick cigarette butts into the spittoon anymore because they bounce out. Search it. You're about to put your hand into a bucket of something the color and viscosity of maple syrup. Except instead of maple, it's flavored with the inside of the mouths of people who have chewed cigars instead of smoking them and have never brushed their teeth. Yeah. Glorp. It feels like putting your hand into a bucket of lukewarm tapioca pudding, except instead of tapioca, it's basically poison. It smells like someone ran over a skunk, waited a week, and then set it on fire. Feels like your hand is dissolving. Well, isn't technically tapioca can be poison in itself in its like most pure essence, isn't it? I don't know, I heard that somewhere a long time ago. Anyway, keep searching. You found something. You found a tacky, filth-covered porcelain cow figurine. A useless, disgusting thing that will make a great heirloom for your children, assuming you're still able to have any, and you hate them. You have to hold this little porcelain cow upside down because it's filled with tobacco spit and you don't want it to spill out the little hole in the bottom of it. This item goes in your offhand, plus free melee attack damage and plus free spell damage. Hooray! You know what? These spittoons have been paying off quite well. I know I have the flower, but you know what? This is already looking much better. So let's try that out. This gal doesn't look like she's in the mood to talk. Oop. They're engrossed in conversation. Leave them be. Can I be like, I want to eavesdrop though. What do you think, Gary? What do you think of the Jewel Saloon, Gary? Nice place. Many people. Gary betting the basement is much nicer than in Boring Springs. Yeah, they probably don't want people going in their basement. Aw, sorry, Gary. What the hell? These guys must have fallen asleep during a brawl. Guest rooms. There's nothing of interest to you upstairs. I want to look around before I talk to the bartender. The old man stares off in the distance, listening to the piano. Try to talk to him. He doesn't react to you at all. I like his beard. The piano player is not very good at his job. I was wondering why the music sounded so strange. These guys are having a spirited discussion about guns and which of theirs is nicer. Slop for 5 meat. This man points to the sign on the counter. Slop for 5 meat. Sure. You got a plate of slop. This is the plate of slop they serve at the Jewel in the DirtWater. They should really hire a better kitchen staff before competing restaurants move in and eats their lunch. Increase your maximum HP by 5 for the rest of the day. There's a sign that says, see bartender for darts. Okay. Hey, how come they're allowed to drink without hats on? Yeah, why is that? Why don't you have it? Hey. Oh, okay. Okay, calm down. Calm down. I was just asking a question. Jewel Saloon stage. Cowbell. More cowbell. More. I'm sure something will happen eventually. Probably not. Okay, probably not. This chair fell over. Set it back up. There we go. 1 XP. Good job, Tim. 1 more for good luck. Kitchen. What do we got going in here? This lady's too busy washing dishes to pay attention to you. This shelf is full of canned and bottled ingredients and boxes of slop helper. Where the chef preps ingredients for cooking. It's also where he parts his beer. Top of this pot-belly stove is a pot full of slop. A pot stove top slop pot. Cool. You must be the head chef. Hey, what are you doing in here? Employees only, bud. Oh, sorry. I was just, looking around. So you're the nosy type, eh? Well, I prefer adventuresome. As it happens, there's something you can do for me. I'm out of saltpeter and need someone to go pick me up some more. Saltpeter? Isn't that used to make gunpowder? And other things. Look, who's the chef here, me or you? Okay, where can I find it? Your best bet's a military camp, because it's used to make gunpowder. Shut up. The nearest one is Fort Cowardice. They keep it in little green jars. Okay, be right back. I'm actually heading that way later, I think. Got that saltpeter yet? Nope, still looking. I don't need any more slop. I got one plate. Poker room. You know what? Actually, before I go in there, I want to take a look at some stuff. I should look at some of my other stats here. Ooh, I could go for another round of intimidating. I like having that option open. Moxie might be good for poker. Well, that's the case. Let's go talk to the bartender. Well, howdy there. Always nice to see a new face in town. Welcome to the Jewel Saloon. Hi, thanks. I'm Tim. Glad to know you, Tim. Folks around here just call me Lloyd. What can I do for you? Nice to meet you, Lloyd. I saw the sign out front, advertising a room. That's right, finest room in the house, and plenty of room for your partner too. You interested? How much does it cost? Well, that's where you're in luck. The previous tenant was a banker fella. He had paid a month in advance right before getting himself killed by bandits. You seem like a decent sort. So the room's yours if you want it. Gratis. Wow, great. We got ourselves a room. Oh, that's the case. Howdy, Tim. Anything I can get for you? Hey, Lloyd. Need any help with anything? Well, if you're handy with mechanical type stuff, something's gone wrong with our piano player. Thought the music sounded a little off. Yeah, it's not supposed to sound like that. I'll see what I can do. Thanks. I poked around in him myself, but I lost the key. This is suddenly taking a strange turn. So he's a robot? Hey, Lloyd. Shot of bourbon. Who's the old man by the piano? Oh, that's old Ellsbury. Tragic fellow he is. He was a writer and a poet. Came out west to sell his stories, but nobody were buying. Too weird, his stories. Fantastical-like. Stupid stuff for kids. Too bad. I love that stuff. Well, it don't matter much now anyhow. He had to get normal work to make ends meet. Did passing well as a prospector until one day he lost his mind in his mind. He what now? You know what I mean. He saw something. Something that made him stop telling his weird tales. Made him stop talking near completely. Come to that. Just stands there by the piano nowadays. Seems to calm him down, and as long as he doesn't make any trouble, I don't mind him too much. Feel a little sorry for him, to be honest. Poor fella. Need help with anything? Any luck with the piano player? No, I'm still working on that. In fact, I don't know where to start. I did see a thing about darts, though. Can I get some darts? The sign on the dartboard said to see you for darts. Oh, sorry. All the darts got broken months ago. That's disappointing. I guess I'll take a shot of bourbon. Coming right up. DirtWater bourbon. Increases maximum HP by 5 for the rest of the day. Anything else? See you later. Alright, this is our room then. Hello, hi, hello. Forgetting anything? Stripey gang. Okay, so this is a nice way to take a look at all the other side quests I have instead of going for a quest log. You look at yourself in the mirror. Insult yourself. You call yourself a four-flushing good-for-nothing jerk. You gain an effect. Angry. You're madder than a hornet. If your anger level gets higher than 1, you'll pass out from rage. Plus free muscle, plus free mysticality, and plus free moxie. Insult yourself again. You better not insult yourself anymore. You get angrier, and you're liable to pass out. Aw. Can I not? Maybe it has something to do with, like... Maybe one of my other traits can do this. Plus 1 maximum AP. Maybe grit? Pain tolerance, maybe? Oh, losing fights make you angry, and your pain tolerance determines how angry you can get before you pass out. Okay, so I need to level up grit. I'll go another one. So my pain tolerance is now 2. Insult yourself. Yeah, you call yourself a four-flushing goblin plucking jerk. Yeah. Nice view from up here. There's a postcard on this little table. Take it. You got an item. Blank postcard. This is a blank postcard. Maybe you should write to your family back home. In case you don't know how the mail works, you send these by going to the building called a post office and giving it to the correspondence wizard who works there. It's your bed. Sleep. No, I don't need to sleep. Alright, well I guess we have a reason to go to the post office. We should check on that piano player though. The piano player is not very good at his job. Try to fix him. Pick the lock. I need a needle. Reveal the hatch on his back that leads to his innards. It's locked, but it's not a very good lock. Let it be for now. Poor old Ellsbury. I need a needle, actually. I could probably get it at the mercantile shop, but let's stop by here. Well, I'd like to send a postcard. Alrighty, let's have it. You write a quick note to Rufus, letting him know that what you've been up to and that you're okay. That'll be... oh, it's one of them prepaid ones. That'll be 0 meat then. Thanks. Alright, that should take care of that. Nothing to do at the jail. Let's go to the merchant shop. Alright, what you got? Click an item in your inventory or at the store. Advanced cow punching. Yes. Disposable binoculars. Use to discover a new map location if you can find a high vantage point. Dynamite. I already have a shovel. What am I gonna do with... okay. I'm guessing the asterisk means that there's plenty of it. Bag of shroom grow. This is a bag of patented shroom grow miracle fungal fertilizer, guaranteed to increase the size and intensity of any micrological specimen. Gary will want this. Tell you what. Let's see. What do I got? I have a broken board. I guess I'll sell that. And I don't have much else right now. So I'll take a bag of shroom grow. Would love to get those disposable binoculars. And I'll get the cow punching book. Alright. So let's go ahead and read it. A single volume from a sprawling encyclopedia of cow punching knowledge. There's a chapter about rubbing your skin with sandpaper in order to thicken it. Gives thick skin, a skill that increases your armor, protecting you against melee attacks. There's a complex pronunciation guide written by a linguist who was raised by cows. Gives menacing moo, a skill that reduces the muscle of all of your opponents. Not a bad debuff. There's a chapter about situational awareness and its importance when trying to survive in a world full of demon cows. Gives you ever vigilant, a perk that increases your maximum AP by 2. Oh hell yeah, I'm taking that. You study the situational awareness techniques until you can read them with the eyes in the back of your head. You got a perk, ever vigilant. You're ready for anything, as long as anything is a fight, plus 2 maximum AP. Then you shoot the book into pieces because you don't trust it or anything else anymore. That book had it coming. I don't trust you. I don't trust these provisions. They're all out to get me. Groceries. I guess oh wow. 300 for a broken board. Jesus. Alright, I will try to make something. There wasn't any needles here. He doesn't have needles. I have to find it elsewhere then. Okay, well, I don't have much, so I'll have to come back and take care of that later. Hey, Gary. Hustling. How do I give this to him? Oh, just give to Gary. You give the bag of shroom grow to Gary, and he tears it open and starts shoving brown lumps into his mouth. A deliciousness! Gary has become more powerful. Groovy. Alright, let's saddle up. We could go right to the desert house. Sure, why not? You crest the hill to see a skeleton propped up on its elbows, looking through a pair of binoculars at the horizon. I guess he died before whatever he was waiting for showed up. Grab him. Hey, there you go. I got some binoculars. These will come in handy. They will also come in pairs because otherwise they wouldn't be binoculars. Continue on. As you dismount and approach the house where the bandits are holed up, you hear a voice from inside say, "What was that?" Uh-oh. Looks like you're gonna have to be sneaky if you want to avoid a full-on fracas. Sneaky is my middle name. Wait, really? Yeah, Sneaky is my middle name. Tim Sneaky McMeat. Okay, if you say so. Thanks. What do you gotta say, Timmy? It's your partner. Oh, being careful. Quiet house. Angry dog. Gary hoping you are sneaky. Well, I mean, I have... What the hell is wrong with my legs? How am I moving like that? Okay, there's a dog here. From the sound of it, you say this dog contains an angry dog. This doghouse contains an angry dog. I'll weigh my options. You're not being able to get past it without alerting the gang inside the house. You know what? I might back off for now. Let's go explore. We'll come back to this. Alright, let's wander. Your keen eyes detect a secluded cave in the near distance. Exploring it would definitely be a good use of your time. Shaggy Dog Cave. Sure, go there now. Alright, we got ourselves a cave here, and a beer barrel cactus. Maybe I can get desert foraging eventually. So, a cave here. A cave to storing the shaggiest of dogs? It's probably just a name. Why do naming if without dogs? Well, maybe we'll find out. Yeah, let's see. Let's find out, Gary. Oh, he has a little lantern too. That's cute. Nope, nothing in these rocks. Nope. Oh, many signs, many words. No kidding. If Gary could reading human, so many words would reading here. Was what they trying... God, I can't read all of a sudden. If Gary could reading human, so many words would reading here. What they two saying? Guess I'll find out. Well, let's see. There's a plaque bolted to the cave wall here. Read it. A record of the events of the expedition to and into Shaggy Dog Cave, November 1887, as recorded by Jim Plackwright. Okay. Having acquired through various and sundry means a story which is interesting in its own right, but better saved for another time, a map purporting to lead to a large cache of jewels and ingots of precious metals hidden by the infamous highwayman and train robber Black Cole Jr. in the years before the cows came home. I, Jim Plackwright, along with 3 compatriots, these being Nathaniel Wyman, Cyrus Howard, and Douglas Watts, set out to find Shaggy Dog Cave and the aforementioned treasure. Also, the music seems really loud. There we go. Our equipment and provisions consisted of 1 cart and a horse to pull it, 4 additional horses to be ridden, 2 shovels, a spade, and a mining pick, a large coil of rope, 1 large basket of eggs, as well as an assortment of other trail provisions and cookware, my own collection of blank plaques and engraving tools, 1 large and shaggy dog, and a butt-for. Don't ask what a butt-for is. Man, he's very detailed, isn't he? After traveling for 2.5 days to the south and east, we arrived at a small town named DirtWater, the largest settlement in the vicinity of Shaggy Dog Cave. Leaving the dogs to watch the horses, the 4 of us entered a local saloon and each ordered a beer, except Cy, who was satisfied with water. That's too much attention to detail, I think. The barman provided our drinks as requested and then withdrew a small wooden box from underneath the bar, asking us if we'd care to witness something real interesting. Considering that we still had quite a few hours left to travel, we politely declined and asked him if he knew the way to Shaggy Dog Cave. He replied that he had never been there personally, but gave us rough directions, which correlated nicely with the notes on our map. Okay. I'm a little suspicious now. I'm gonna check all these rock piles. Upon leaving the saloon, we discovered to our dismay that some unknown villain had tampered with our wagon. Fortunately, the only supplies missing were the butt-for and the entire basket of eggs, apart from the one Doug had concealed within a pocket for safekeeping. We also discovered that the dog had absconded with one of the horses, forcing Nate and Cy, after a drawing of lots, to share. Okay, so a dog took off with their horse. After acquiring a barrel of fresh water for the trip, as well as a replacement butt-for, we headed out into the open desert. The sun shone down mercilessly upon us, and we took small solace in the fact that it would have been far more intolerable had we made this expedition during the summer months rather than November. order to pass the time on the trip and resist becoming dazed from the heat and are susceptible to desert mirages, we exchanged stories of our youth, which I will not be retelling here for reasons of length. Are you kidding me? However, I will relate to you 3 odd occurrences that happened to us during our trek through the desert. The first was 2 or 3 hours out of DirtWater when Nate noticed a glint of sunlight upon a metallic object partially buried in the sand. This was revealed to be a brass oil lamp of foreign design and manufacture, which fortuitously still contained a quantity of oil. Deciding this might come in handy, we stashed it in the wagon with our other tools. Cool. Maybe. There's a rock pile here. Nope. Our next encounter was with a nomadic goblin tribesman who we discovered spoke excellent English, inquired as to our destination, and we replied that we were looking for Shaggy Dog Cave, but we did not disclose the reason for our journey. The goblin confirmed that we were heading on the correct course, and mentioned that he had only a short time earlier witnessed a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in the same direction. We all agreed that this was an unusual sight indeed, and continued on our way. So did like the dog race them here and try to find the treasure for himself? That's one smart dog. Sometime later, we encountered a large adobe hut occupied by 2 identical seeming old men with wild hair and long white beards. They invited us to take shelter from the heat, which we gratefully accepted, and introduced themselves as hermits. This struck me as peculiar given that there were 2 of them, but I felt it would be rude to question them on that point. Yeah, that is kinda odd for 2 hermits to be in the same area. One of the hermits confirmed that we were near Shaggy Dog Cave, and the other hermit confirmed that what his brother said was true. They also commented that they had seen a large shaggy dog riding a horse in that direction. We all agreed that this was an unusual sight indeed. The hermits refreshed our water supply in exchange for our butt-pour, and we continued on our way, excited to finally be nearing our goal. Are we near our goal? I feel like this is trolling. God, this cave is gonna lead to nothing. There's a plaque welded here. After 2 more hours, we finally arrive at the Shaggy Dog Cave. Carefully keeping our excitement in check lest we become incautious, we unloaded our equipment and supplies from the wagon and took a brief respite in the cool shade of the cave entrance. To celebrate our arrival, Doug unpocketed and shared the egg he had saved from our breakfast that had been stolen in DirtWater. Once we were rested, we decided time had come to explore the cave. Oh, almost missed that plaque. Didn't see that one. Discovering that we had neglected to pack torches, lanterns, or any other light source with which to illuminate the cave, we declared that it was indeed fortuitous that Nate had discovered the antique oil lamp during our travels. He gave the brass a quick shine and then lit the wick, and we were relieved to discover that it lit easily and provided a very adequate amount of light. Oh. As we headed into the cave, we were further encouraged by the fact that the floor was quite even and easy to traverse, and there was no side passages which might cause us to become lost. Despite this, I resolved to hang a number of plaques to mark our progress through the cave, and engrave them with the tale of our journey, such that others who discovered the cave after us might be entertained and edified by our story. I'm liking this story, yes, but this is a really long about way of doing so. Soon we came to the end of the tunnel. While Nate, Sai, and Doug took turns with the excavation, I completed the last of the aforementioned plaques. It was a matter of perhaps an hour before Sai's shovel struck a wooden surface with a hollow noise, and we hauled a traditionally styled treasure chest out of the hole with great excitement. Oh boy. It's a hole. A completely empty one. I knew it. The chest was locked with an ancient and rusting iron padlock, which broke easily from a single swing of our pickaxe. We opened the lid slowly, and the flickering light of the antique oil lamp shone brightly upon jewels of every color and shining ingots of precious metal, just as promised by the legends of Black Coal Jr. Joyous at our triumph, we loaded the chest into our wagon and began the journey home. Thank you for reading, and may your own endeavors be equally successful. Signed, Jim Blackwright. Damn you, Jim. Well, that was a bust. Well, let's go tell Gary what we found, which was absolutely nothing and a waste of time. Part of me knew that was gonna happen. Alright. At least the walking will amuse me. Gotta check the rest of these rock piles. Nope, nothing here. Not even a dig spot. What? The aristocrats. What? Old goblin joking. Ha ha ha. Okay. Maybe it was Gary who met them. There's something to think about. Well, let's wander around one more time. I feel like after that I have to go and check something else just to make up for giving me something here. Howdy there. I'm Wandering Sally. Howdy, Sally. I'm Tim. What's your line? Trading. I wander all around these lands just like it says on the label. I buy a little here and sell a little there to make my way. Care to see my wares? Sure thing. Wandering Sally camp. Well, I don't have that much meat on me, that's the thing. Toasty. Anything in the wagon? What you got? You got apple? Oh, shroom grow. I could use that. 400 meat though. Bar of soap, carrot, fungicide bomb. Can kill a lot of goblins at once, but takes a while. Put near the side of fungal infestation, light fuse, do not breathe. Wonder how long you're supposed to not breathe for. Lucky marigold. This goes on your lapel, +1 muscle and mysticality and moxie. I know what you're thinking, not so lucky for the marigold, but actually marigolds aren't conscious, so they can't really conceive of good or bad luck. Oh, you have needles, perfect. Work boots. I don't have any boots, come to think of it. There's a pickaxe. I don't have 1,000 meat. That's a lot for a pickaxe. But I'm definitely buying up all your needles. Thank you. Okay, that's the case. We're gonna head back to DirtWater and fix up that piano. You be good, Tim. You be good, Timmy. Alright, let's try to fix him. Pick the lock. You open the hatch and check out the machinery inside. There's obviously something wrong given all the plinking and sproinging and clicking noises coming out of the gears and stuff. Looks pretty complicated. I see what's wrong. You recalibrate some springs and rearrange some gears, and the machinery inside starts operating smoothly. The music improves immediately. Nothing to it. You like that, Owlberry? I fixed the music for you. Alright, Lloyd. I took care of it. Alright. I heard you had something interesting back there? What? Well, I fixed the piano player for you. I thought so. He sounds He sounds much better. Thanks a heap, Tim. I'd offer you a free room in exchange, but you already got one. Gain 20 XP. Yeah, no worries, Lloyd. Heard you had something interesting back there, though. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Maybe my info's too old. I found a note from some travelers that passed through here about 8 years ago. Oh yeah, that was a previous bartender. He had a little trick he used to offer to show people. It's what got him fired eventually. That senator's wife wasn't amused. He rummages around under the bar for a minute, then blows the dust off of a tiny piano, about 9 inches tall. Here, you can keep the piano, so long as you don't ask me about the trick. A miniature piano. It's the right size of foot-tall tickler of the ivories, but the winding key on the side seems to indicate that place itself. Thanks. I was wondering what we were talking about. Okay, so maybe we did get something from the playwright at least. The piano isn't playing right now. Want to turn it on? Yeah. That's cool. So merry and so tinkly. Well, let's turn it off for now. That's cool. So if I want just whimsical piano music, I could have that. Alright. Nothing new here. Alright, let's see. I can take intimidating now. Yeah, why not? Although... Oh, that's 400 XP though. No, I'll take intimidating. And these are doing okay because of my little buffs of being angry. So, I should be fine for now. I wonder if I just can only have a certain amount of perks. There doesn't seem much space here, unless it just becomes a scroll. Well, anyway. Let's get on out of here. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode of West of Loathing. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!